Tonight is a community service of the New York Institute of Technology.
Covering the news of Nassau and Suffolk County's Long Island News Tonight with Ken Eckhart, Carol Peck, and the award-winning LI News team.
Good evening. I'm Ken Eckhart, and here's what's happening. A Long Island man who reportedly caused a crash 2 years ago that killed a Suffolk County police officer today was sentenced to 1 1/3 to 4 years in prison. 24-year-old Jose Bourbon of Plainview was sentenced under a plea agreement. Prosecutors had been seeking a stiffer sentence of 3 to 9 years in prison. Bourbon's blood alcohol level was reportedly more than twice the legal limit when he crashed his vehicle into Officer Glenn Ciano's police cruiser at an intersection on the Vanderbilt Motor Parkway in Comac back in 2009, while the officer was driving at a high rate of speed, responding to a call. Prosecutors say it would have been hard to prove in court that Bourbon was responsible for Ciano's death. At the time of the crash, Bourbon was driving on a conditional license. He was out on bail in connection with a previous drunken driving arrest in Nassau County just 6 weeks earlier. A lawsuit has been filed in the long-simmering controversy over whether Orthodox Jews can place a religious symbol on utility poles in the Hamptons. Attorneys for the East End Erev Association claim officials in the town of Southampton and villages of West Hampton Beach and Quogue are intentionally infringing on their religious freedom by not allowing the placement of an Erev. The Erev has small wooden strips that are often placed on utility poles to create an invisible boundary that allows observant Jews to perform manual labor on the Sabbath or religious holidays. The mayors of West Hampton Beach and Quogue and the Southampton town attorney all declined to comment. The lawsuit was filed in district court yesterday. A Long Island man has been arrested on child pornography charges. Nassau County Police say 56-year-old Thomas Ball of West Hempstead possessed and used an online service to manufacture and distribute a known and identified child pornography image to numerous people using AOL Mail during a period between June and September of last year. Ball was arrested yesterday at his home, but was taken to the hospital suffering from anxiety. Charges against Ball include promoting and possessing a sexual performance of a child. Nassau County Police say a man arrested for an armed invasion of a home in Port Jefferson Station turned out to be the boyfriend of the victim's sister. It happened early this morning, a little before 2, at a home on Shenandoah Boulevard. Police say they got a call from a woman saying a man wearing a Halloween mask had gotten into the home, brandishing a knife, and took her iPhone, credit cards, and cash before fleeing. Well, police identified the man as 32-year-old Edwin Cannella of Roosevelt, a boyfriend of the victim's sister. He was arrested, and police say stolen items and a weapon were recovered. A Long Island woman has been charged with drunken driving after police say she crashed into another vehicle, then fled the scene. Suffolk County Police say they got a 911 call late yesterday afternoon, reporting a suspected drunk driver in the area of Station Road and Montauk Highway in Bellport. When officers got to the scene, they say they discovered the suspect had crashed into another vehicle, then drove off. The motorist, 46-year-old Jacqueline Vaughn Moscatello of Mastic, was located a short time later. The suspect and the driver of the other car were both hospitalized for treatment. Well, Governor Andrew Cuomo's girlfriend, cooking show host Sandra Lee, was on the island recently to show her support for hunger agencies working to keep food on the tables of needy families. Olivia Vita reports.
HGTV and Food Network star Sandra Lee came out to support the fight against hunger on Long Island. And it's an issue, she says, she holds close to her heart.
When I was a child, I was raised on welfare and food stamps.
It's a very personal issue for her, and so she came to us.
She's got a great desire to make sure that no one goes hungry in New York.
Island Harvest and Bayshore Food Bank, Pronto of Long Island, say they support over 285,000 Long Islanders who face the risk of hunger daily.
Name it is here. For food, clothes, furniture, it's here.
Lee teamed up with the organization to help needy families load food in their cars, and later she spoke about the issue of hunger, focusing mainly on the children who are going hungry right here on Long Island.
If you took Citi Field and Yankee Stadium and you filled them completely with children, you would still have them out the door and around the block and filling the streets. That's how many children are in need in this area alone.
And while many families and children can turn to a place like this one for food, these organizations provide much more than that, like jobs to help them get back on their feet.
Giving back to the community, to people, everybody, helping everybody, For me, it just keeps me out of the street, of staying out of trouble.
The organization shared how people can get involved.
We encourage people to check out our website, islandharvest.org. You could get involved by contributing funds, volunteering your time, or donating food.
In Bayshore, Olivia Vita, LI News Tonight.
Wall Street finished out the week up today. The Dow was up 55.5 points. NASDAQ was up 20 points. And the S&P was up 9.5 points. NYIT's LI News Tonight continues after this.
New York Institute of Technology is holding graduate enrollment days on Tuesday, January 18th in Old Westbury and Wednesday, January 19th in Manhattan from 4 till 7 p.m. For more information, call 1-800-345-NYIT. Hear what career coaches have to say about conducting a successful job search at the Friedberg JCC in Oceanside on Wednesday, January 19th at 10 a.m. For more information, call 516-634-4010. See the play The Wrecking Ball at Nassau Community College in Garden City on Friday and Saturday, January 21st and 22nd at 8 p.m. and Sunday, January 23rd at 3 p.m. For more information, call 516-572-7676 or take the kids to see a performance of Beauty and the Beast at Northport Public Library on Sunday, January 23rd at 2 p.m. Register for tickets online at www.nenpl.org. If you have an event you'd like included on the LI News Tonight community calendar, send it to linewstonight at nyit.edu.
In Melville, J.B. Buno, LI News Tonight.
In Bethpage, Stephen Katove, LI News Tonight.
At Belmont Park, Sophia Allen, LI News Tonight.
These are just a few of the people who have been reporting the news for LI News Tonight over the past year, and you could be one of them. Television news is an exciting and challenging career that could put you in the middle of what's happening and in touch with the people who are making the news. A career in television news journalism can offer you the opportunity to work as a reporter, camera person, or videotape editor, or any number of behind-the-scenes jobs, including producing or manning the assignment desk. And it's a career that can be yours by joining the LI News Tonight news team. Produced at studios on the campus of the New York Institute of Technology, LI News Tonight offers television news internships that can earn you college credits and the possibility of being on the air in just a few weeks. LI News Tonight has been the jumping-off point for many local and national news professionals, and you could be next. Call 516-686-7952 for more information on how to enroll for LI News Tonight, and let us put you on the air. Some news headlines around the world today. A British tour operator says it's evacuating 1,800 tourists from Tunisia. Thomas Cook says it hasn't seen any specific problems for its holidaymakers in the North African nation, but was asking everyone to leave the country as a precaution. Tunisia has been rocked by unrest sparked by anger at unemployment and at a leadership many see as controlling and corrupt. Today, thousands of angry demonstrators marched through Tunisia's capital to demand the resignation of the president. In Tunisia, the tourism industry is key to the country's economy. Authorities in Brazil say mudslides and flooding in mountain towns north of Rio have killed more than 500 people, and officials fear the death toll will continue to rise. And they don't know how many people are missing. The International Disaster Database says it's the worst natural disaster to hit the country since flooding and slides in 1967 that killed 785 people. The region is getting more rain today, making it difficult for rescuers to reach survivors. Well, over the past few days, we've told you about fatal flooding in Australia and in Brazil. Well, now reports from Sri Lanka that 4 more people have died in that country in floods and mudslides, and 11 more have disappeared. Days of heavy rain have wreaked havoc on the island country off the southern coast of India. The Disaster Management Center says the new deaths reported today raised the total death toll to 27, and the number of people reported missing stands at 12. More than 1 million people have been affected by the floods and mudslides, and there are concerns about the spread of disease, including typhoid, as the floods cause sewage lines to overflow. A New York judge has given an 8-year prison sentence to a 93-year-old mob boss. The government had asked the federal judge to sentence John Sonny Francesi to at least 12 years in prison for racketeering conspiracy. The defense had said that Francesi, who suffers from an array of ailments, should be allowed to live out his life with his family. But prosecutors say the underboss of the Colombo organized crime family is a remorseless mobster who deserves no mercy. Investigators caught him on tape in 2006 describing his favorite recipe for making bodies disappear: dismember the victim in a kiddie pool, cook the body parts in a microwave, then stuff the parts in a garbage disposal. Well, the airlines are at it again, imposing the first fare increase of the new year and the third within a month. The increase on many domestic routes ranges from $4 to $10 per round-trip ticket, depending on the length of the flight. Southwest Airlines boasts about low fares, but it appears to be the prime mover behind the latest price hike. FareCompare.com says after other airlines made modest increases on flights in the Midwest last week, Southwest jumped in and raised fares across most of its routes. Other airlines then matched the broader fare increase. And postal rates will be going up again in April, but the cost of sending the basic letter will remain the same. The Postal Service says that most rates will go up on April 17th under a formula that allows the agency to increase prices within the rate of inflation. But the Post Office says the 44-cent price of a first-class stamp will remain unchanged. But heavier letters will cost more. The basic rate is for the first ounce, and then the price for each extra ounce will rise from 17 cents to 20 cents. There will also be increases in the price of other mail, including periodicals, international letters, parcels, and advertising mail. We had a partly cloudy day today. It was cold. The high was in the mid-20s. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low down in the mid-teens. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a high in the mid-30s. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high in the mid-30s. Monday, got some morning clouds leading to some afternoon sun, high around freezing. And the outlook for Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high in the mid-20s. That's it for NYIT's LI News Tonight. I'm Ken Eckhart. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a good weekend.